Welcome to the Clutch 10 podcast, the podcast where we talk about sports 10 questions at a time. My name is Jake Crumley.
And I'm Ronnie Hensley. Welcome back.
Yes. Welcome back to episode 9. We're back online today because we're back at school, but maybe in a few weeks we'll see each other in person again. How are you doing, Ronnie?
Maybe. I'm doing pretty well. How are you? Finals fast approaching. Scary.
Dude, I had a project the other night where I got a good 3 hours of sleep because my group didn't start till 11 p.m. and it was at 9 a.m. the next day we had to present it.
Oh my
so that
God.
was fun. Yeah, I slept until like 1 today, catching up on sleep. I can't lie.
Deserved.
Yeah. Any school updates for you? Any projects too soon?
No. I'm gonna have that documentary I'm working on that I need your help for.
Yes.
But besides that,
yes. Cool.
That's it.
All right, well, let's get into it then. The way this podcast works is we have 10 questions prepared, including some of the biggest, most relevant topics in football right now, some surprise questions, some games, and much more. In the future, some questions may be from you guys in the comments, so please drop your best questions in the comments
drop those
so
questions.
We can answer those. Yes, please do that. At the midway point, Ronnie and I will also be doing some head-to-head trivia, which we do every episode. The all-time score right now is I am up 5-3. Ronnie, you made back a point last time. Let's see if you can do it again.
I did.
Yeah. Also make sure to stick towards the end. See us get a little bit off topic, and yeah, that's about it. Anything else before we get into it, Ronnie?
No, I think we should just jump right in. Let's do it.
Yeah, I agree. All right. So week 13 of the NFL season just ended, and it was Thanksgiving week. It was Black Friday week, and it was crazy. It lived up to the hype of like the big Thanksgiving week. So, simple question to start: was this the craziest week of the NFL season? What do you think?
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, there have been some weeks, especially earlier in the season, where we've had some truly crazy games. But I think what gives us the advantage is just the later into the season you get, the higher the stakes are. Yep. And I just feel like for how many upsets we had, how many crazy games, that Commanders-Broncos game was incredible. Every Thanksgiving game was incredible. Even the games that we thought were going to be disappointing were really good.
Yeah, I was going into Sunday dude, all of the we're going into Sunday, we had 11 games on Sunday, and only 2 of them were between 2 teams of winning records, and I was like, man, this is going to blow. But it was a really good Sunday actually. Red Zone was popping off, every game at the early window was within 1 score with in the fourth quarter at one time. So, it was a really good week. And just the implications, you're right, about the stakes being later in the season, just the implications of having so many upsets in one week. We had 7 underdogs win this week, and the biggest underdog of the week, the Panthers, beat who was pretty consensus the best team in football, the Rams. And then you have the Bears claiming the 1 seed for the first time since 2006.
Crazy.
Which, yeah, insane. The Cowboys might have put the nail in the coffin for the Chiefs.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of crazy implications.
I mean, and even some of the games that weren't as close, like the Patriots Monday night game, we still got a lot of reinforcement of narratives. Are now the Patriots the top team in the league? That kind of battle for the 1 seed in the AFC between the Patriots and the Broncos.
Yeah.
And
we will talk about that later a little bit.
We'll talk about it, yeah.
We'll see. Yeah, I mean, I think the only comparisons to this week so far this season is week 3 was crazy because week 3 had a ton of blocked field goals, particularly the Rams-Eagles game where the Eagles won off of 2 blocked field goals. That was a crazy game, and there were a couple others that were decided by blocked field goals, and you had some the Browns beating the Packers that week, and the Falcons put up 0 points against the Panthers that week, and then week 5 also was crazy. The very injured 49ers that week beat the Rams. The Broncos upset the Eagles that week, and that started their big run in this second part of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Titans got their only win that week. Bucks beat the Seahawks in a big shootout. Pats upset the Bills. Jags upset the Chiefs. That was also a crazy week. But I do think this one takes the cake.
Yeah. And talking about those 2 upsets, not really upsets anymore. Oh, what happened?
Okay, no, I think I'm back. Sorry. I'm back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whoopsie daisy.
Right, you want to move on to question number 2?
Yeah, let's move on to question number 2.
Alrighty. So, because there were a lot of big implications this week, again, the playoff brackets got shuffled around a bit. Like the Bears are up top at number 1 now. Patriots and Broncos are 1 and 2 in the East or in the AFC. So what we're going to do next is we are going to try to predict the playoff seeding come end of the season. So can we predict the playoffs? So basically we're just going to go through the NFC, the AFC, just the playoff picture, and let's see if we can guess how it's going to end up. Do you want to start in the AFC or NFC, Ronnie?
I kind of want to start in the AFC.
All right. I'm going to preface this by saying my reasoning behind every single one of my picks is the same thing. Do you know what playoff predictors is? Yeah, you do. You know what playoff predictors is. It's like you and I have done this in the past. Like you pick the outcomes of every single game for the rest of the season.
Yes.
That's what I did.
We forgot to do that this year. We should have done that.
I know. We usually do it every year. That's okay. No. I just did that for the rest of the season and how it ended up. So all of my picks are just based off of remaining schedules and matchups and who I think is going to win specific games.
Okay.
So, yeah. All right, AFC. Do you want to start top down or bottom up?
I wanted to start top down. At least the
all right, who you got at the top?
Leaders. I have the Patriots still at the top.
Yeah.
I think they're going to beat out the Broncos for that number 1 spot, and they're just on fire right now. It's incredible.
I agree, and it's like their schedule's not very hard either.
Yeah.
Like they have the Bills again, but I think that was really about it.
It's a divisional
as far
game.
as tough matchups.
Yeah.
Who do you got the 2 seed?
2 seeds. I have the Broncos. I just don't think
Yeah.
anyone in their division can catch up. I don't think like the next best team in another division, like the Jaguars, I don't think they're gonna kind of eclipse the Broncos. So I think they're pretty handed number 2.
I agree. I think there's kind of a gap between these top 2 AFC teams and the rest, like record-wise.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard for them to catch up. Maybe not like how good the team is. Like if I was doing power rankings, I don't think there's that big of a gap. But
in terms of just their standings, yeah.
As far as catching up in the playoff seeding, yeah, there is kind of a gap. Who do you have at 3?
Number 3, I still have the Colts. I know Jags are on top right now, but I still believe the Colts are going to win the division.
Didn't you... I was going to bring this up, and I decided not to. Didn't you have the prediction, the hot take early in the season that the Colts were going to fall apart in the second half of the season and Daniel Jones was going to crumble and they were going to miss the playoffs?
I did have that hot take. You know what?
Interesting.
If I'm right before, I'm right before. But right now, I think the Colts have proven me wrong, even though they're
just gonna
in a bit of a lull right now.
I'm going to spoil it because I was very against that hot take earlier in the season. I think we've completely flipped.
Whoa, we flip-flopped.
I have the Jaguars at 3. I think they hold on. I think one thing that's gone under the radar is like Liam Cohen is doing something very similar to Ben Johnson right now. Liam Cohen doesn't. I would argue he has a lot less to work with on the offensive side of the ball. And you know what? They're 8-4, and like this is not like some stacked Jaguars team. And I don't think it's gonna stop. Also, their schedule isn't crazy. I like the Jaguars in some of these matchups in the divisional games too. So I have them winning their division at 3.
Okay, wow.
So that leaves the AFC North for the 4 seed.
I got the Pittsburgh Steelers.
No way! All right.
I think they're going to beat out the Ravens and take the division.
Ronnie.
We'll see.
I'm going to expose you here.
We just got...
When I was driving you the other day, you were all like, hey, man, this might be the season that we lose the winning streak.
Might.
Now you're switching up again? You think they're going to beat out the
That
Ravens?
doesn't mean I'm losing that hope. I think they're going to beat the Ravens.
Are they both 6-6?
Both 6-6. Steelers still play the Ravens twice. Those might be the deciding games right there.
They do.
There's going to be some crazy games.
Or it could be they just do 1-1 and those are the non-deciding games. That's kind of how I feel it's going to play out. But
we'll see.
All right. I have the Ravens, obviously, at the 4 seed. But I'm not surprised that you have the Steelers. Let's get to the wild cards. Who do you have at 5 in the AFC?
I have the Jaguars at 5.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to give you 5, 6, and 7.
Yeah.
I have the Jags, I have the Bills, and I have the Texans.
So you have the Chargers missing the playoffs.
I do have the Chargers missing the playoffs.
All right.
I just think come this time of the season, they always crumble. And
that's fair.
I feel like the Texans are going to start heating up a little bit. We might see them stringing together a few wins.
They're 7-2 since they started 0-3. 7-2.
That defense is great.
Yeah. And what was it? 2 of those games are Davis Mills starts as well, and they went 2-0 in those games. Just saying.
Is Davis Mills the hope?
All right, my wild cards. I have the Bills at 5. For the Bills, it feels like the expectations are so high with them, and the fact they're 8-4 right now, right? I believe their expectations are so high, and like the way public talks about them and the way like people talk about them, you would have thought they were closer to like the Chiefs' range disappointment, like 6-6. But the Bills are 8-4, and like they're sitting pretty well. And then Bills at 5. At 6, I have the Texans, and at 7, I have the Chargers with the Colts.
So you have the Colts
missing
completely
the playoffs
collapsing.
by 1.
Wow, yeah.
The way it worked out in my I believe it worked out in my like playoff predictors is that the Colts, Texans, and Chargers all had the same record. It was just tiebreakers. That knocked the Colts out.
Wow. I mean, that just goes to show you how competitive this season is.
Yeah. I think, I know, right? It is crazy. I don't know. I agree with you on the Texans. I think they're hot, and I think that defense is the best in the league. And then the Chargers, they're going to get Hampton back this week or next week. The offensive line will hopefully form up a little bit. I just have a little bit more confidence in them than the Colts, who have kind of gotten away from pounding the rock with JT a little bit. And Daniel Jones is regressing a little bit every week, it seems like.
Wow.
And
didn't you
the Gardner?
Didn't you have the Gardner injury is terrible? Didn't you have Shane Steichen as the coach of the year front runner?
No, I had Stafford. Or sorry, not Stafford. What was I saying? Shanahan.
Oh yeah.
I had Shanahan, and then it was very, very close after that with Steichen, Vrabel, and Ben Johnson. At this exact moment in time, I think it's Ben Johnson now.
Me too.
Or Vrabel, but I think Shanahan is like. We'll see how the rest of the season plays out. A lot can change. That's what I'll say. All right, let's move over to the NFC then. The Bears are currently the 1 seed. Do you still have them as the 1 seed at the end of the season?
No. I mean,
yeah.
Every time I start doubting the Bears, however, they continue to win.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they will just continue to keep proving people like myself wrong.
True.
But it's just such a tight race that just one loss propels them all the way down.
And they have a tough schedule.
And they do have a tougher schedule.
They have the Packers to play. They have the Lions to play. They have the Niners to play. Yeah, I feel like I'm missing somebody else too. But
yeah, I genuinely don't know who to take. So I'm going to be a little frisky here. I'm going to have the Seahawks as the number 1 seed. I think they're taking
You think they beat out the Rams for the division?
I think they're going to beat out the Rams for the division.
Okay, I will say one thing. So the Rams and the Seahawks play each other. I have the Rams at 1 seed.
Okay.
And I think a big reason for that is because tiebreaker. I had the Rams and Seahawks finishing with the same record. Just I don't know how it worked because I think I had them splitting the season series. Well, first of all, Seahawks definitely need to beat the Rams the second go around for that to be possible. And then but if they have the same record and they split the season series, I don't know, the way I had it played out, I think the Rams got the 1 seed. So it would just be tougher for this. It's tough for the Seahawks to really get that 1 seed. But it's not impossible for sure. But yeah, who do you have number 2 then?
Number 2, I'm gonna go with the Eagles.
Okay.
Another having. Go on.
I got the Packers.
You got the Packers. Wow.
So that already shows that I don't think the Bears are going to win the division. Not saying they're out of the playoffs, but I have the Packers taking the division.
I feel like the Eagles, they may start heating up at the end. I know. We always talk about a few years ago how they just completely crumbled at the end of the season. I think.
Yeah.
They've just been playing like they're still 8-4. This is kind of like the Bills Chiefs conversation where people feel disappointed even though this team's doing very well. I just think the defense is so good and the offense. At any moment, it can get its spark. I think the Eagles will be able to put together a strong record for the number 2. And I agree with you. My number 3 seed, I have the Packers.
Okay, so I have the Eagles at 3. So, like, we're just off there. Yeah, I think with the Eagles, I don't think that the crumble is going to be as stark as 2 years ago. But I think I am kind of on the train of, like, I think they've already played their best football this season. It's just hard for me to see that offense the way it's being ran right now like go anywhere. And honestly, Saquon's not playing his best football this season, and the offensive line is definitely like the more I watch it, the more I'm like, damn, it really isn't the same as last year, you know. But yeah, I mean, still winning the division, still the 3 seed. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know what'll happen come playoffs time, but yeah, who do you have at a 4? I think
4 of the Buccaneers.
this will be interesting. Okay, you have them being out the Panthers.
I do have them being out the Panthers. They're kind of stumbling a little bit, but I think they will string together some solid wins.
I agree. I have the Buccaneers at 4. I'll wait to get into my Panthers take till next question because we're going to talk a little bit about that. But I do have the Buccaneers just slightly edging out the Panthers. Wild cards. Who do you have at 5?
5, I have the Rams.
Okay, that's where I have the Seahawks. So we're very, very. I feel like it's so interchangeable. Like it's going to be very, very close.
6.
Who do you have at 6 and 7?
6 and 7, real interchangeable for me. I really can't decide who I think will be here, but it Bears and the Niners. So I'm gonna go.
Yep.
I'm gonna go Niners at 6 actually, and Bears at 7.
That's exactly what I got. That is exactly what I got. Yeah, I think the Niners are really well set up to make the playoffs. Because they're already in the 7th seed, and then their schedule from here on out is like extremely easy. The only really good team I believe they have to play is the Bears. They have the Bears, and then they have interdivision the Seahawks, which they won in week 1. So we'll see how that works out for the 49ers, but they do have a lot of easy matchups. And then the Bears, they're the 1 seed right now. I don't see them dropping out of the playoff picture, but I could see them like just with how hard their schedule is drop down to a lower seed.
Yeah, especially with how competitive the NFC North is.
Exactly, like a 1 or 2 game difference is the difference between the 1 seed and the 7th seed. Like
it's crazy.
That really is it. All right, well, I said I was going to get into the Panthers' next question, so let's move on to question number
4.
And we kind of just answered this, but could the Panthers make the playoffs? Which we both just said we don't have them making the playoffs. We don't have them, but not saying they can't.
I think they can. I think it'd be one of the most fun, frisky teams to see in the playoffs. If you can beat what's basically considered the best team in the league, you can beat anybody.
Yeah, I think with. So you have the Panthers sitting here at 7 and 6, and the Buccaneers sitting here at 7 and 5, and obviously, it's certainly possible to win the division down half of a game, and you're going into your bye, and a lot of that is going to be dependent on what the Buccaneers do this next week. But I do think it's a lot more difficult than it seems on like the surface level for the Panthers, and the main reason I say that is schedule. They basically play the exact same schedule, the Buccaneers and the Panthers, except the next 2 weeks, the Buccaneers have the Saints and Falcons, and the Panthers have a bye in the Saints. So it's basically instead of a bye, the Buccaneers play
the Falcons.
The Falcons, which we'll see. Divisional games can be unpredictable at times.
And although the Falcons, year after year, are mid, this is always a team that it's kind of like they're the upset team. Like if I expect a team to pull off an upset, I kind of expect it to be the Falcons.
Yeah, no, that's true. But then, that's just the first 2 weeks. But then the last 3 weeks, the Buccaneers and Panthers play each other twice in the last 3 weeks. Those will be huge. And a lot of times, again, with these good teams in interdivisional games, you split the season series. That might be split. The only problem is the game sandwiched between those 2 weeks. The Buccaneers get to play the Dolphins, who do not play well against good teams. On the other hand, the Panthers play the Seahawks. And that's where it's tough because the Panthers are likely going to have to gain a game already on the Buccaneers, but then they have a much harder matchup in that 1 week that's different. That's why I think it's really hard for the Panthers to win. I think if they do want to win the division, they're going to have to sweep the Buccaneers. I feel like it's like the only way.
Yeah, I think it's possible, but I don't know if it's going to happen.
Yeah, we will see about that. I don't know. Both of us are predicting the Buccaneers, which makes sense. I definitely think it's just in their favor, but we will see. Anything is possible. But speaking of the Panthers, just this last week, we talked about this a little bit. They upset the Rams, who are like the best team in the league, pretty widely regarded going into the week. And Matthew Stafford had a pretty uncharacteristic 3 turnovers that game. He had 2 pickoffs in the first quarter of the game, and then he had a fumble in the red zone, down 3 with 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. And that ended the game.
Yeah.
So my question is Matthew Stafford still the MVP frontrunner? What do you think?
My answer is no. I think it's Drake May now. I think it's Drake May now. First of all, that game has just really put a stain on at least his campaign for the MVP for Matthew Stafford. But even just everything aside, Drake May has more yards. He has average yards per attempt, higher average yards per attempt. Only one higher than Drake May is Sam Darnold. He has a higher yard per game as well. The only thing Matthew Stafford is beating him in is touchdowns. And, I mean, that's a huge stat. But if we peel behind the layers, I think Drake May is having a more efficient season than Matthew Stafford is, especially now that Stafford has those interceptions under his belt. What do you think?
My take on it is that going into the week, I think it was pretty firmly Stafford for me. And May was definitely second, but I'm not gonna say it was like a very, very close second. Like, it wasn't super far, but like it was Stafford. Like, I was set on Stafford. Now I think it's Stafford still, but I think there's like the narrowest gap. I think it's like almost interchangeable. I would still pick Stafford if I had like a vote, but I think there's a very small gap. A lot of it is just generally like the season accumulatively. I still think Stafford is playing the highest level football in the league. He has not just leading the league in touchdowns, passing touchdowns. He has a 7 touchdown lead from second place for passing touchdowns.
Yeah, 9 lead over.
And he also has only 4 interceptions still. He threw 2 interceptions that game. He only has 4. He has an 8-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio, which is the best in the league still.
Yeah.
And he also is one of the least sacked quarterbacks in the league because he knows where to get the ball pre-snap.
Yeah, but I about the sack thing, I will say a lot of that is about the O-line. Drake May is still putting up all these numbers. He's gotten sacked 40 times this year.
Has he really?
Yeah, 40 sacks. One of the highest in the league.
Interesting.
And his QBR is still higher. I just think he has less to work with than Stafford. He doesn't have Puka Nacua.
That is true.
And because
that is certainly true.
I just think he's more valuable.
Yeah. I don't know if I'll say May is like the wrong pick. Like, I think either one is a correct pick. It's just like if I had a vote, I think Stafford's the front runner.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Hey, the Patriots don't have really very many hard matchups. I think if the Patriots go out and like beat the Bills in a couple weeks, I think it's going to be really hard to beat out May.
Yeah.
Is what I'll say.
I agree.
All right. Well, let's move on to another playoff question. And this is one that, again, we kind of already talked about a little bit. But the Colts are on a little bit of a downturn right now. They've lost the last 3 of 4, and they already lost the division lead to the Jaguars. So, with this kind of downwards trend for the Colts, could they miss the playoffs? What do you think?
I think they can, but I don't think they will miss the playoffs.
Yeah.
I still think Daniel Jones is playing one of the best seasons of his career. Jonathan Taylor, his MVP argument has definitely simmered down a lot. but he's still having an incredible season. Already passed 1,200 yards. And I still think their defense is strong enough. Their offense is strong. They still have the highest point differential in the league, I'm pretty sure. I know they've kind of meandered, but I don't think they're going to completely collapse. I still think they're going to be able to secure a spot in the playoffs.
I do think they're going to completely collapse. That's my hot take of the episode. I think really what it's going to come down to is these divisional games, because the Colts play the Jaguars twice and the Texans once in these last 5 games of the season, and that is going to be everything for them. The only problem is, outside of those divisional games, those aren't easy matchups too, because they are playing the Seahawks and the 49ers. They have the hardest schedule remaining in the NFL, I believe, and I just don't think when you're in a rut and not going against some like crazy good schedule also, then you go into like the hardest schedule. I don't see how they're going to get out of this rut. It's just every game is difficult. And then like with these divisional games, the Jaguars are hot. They've won their last 4 or 5, and the Texans are hot. They've won 4 in a row, and again they're 7-2 since their 0-3 start. It's hard for me to see the Colts stopping this like bad mojo, bad momentum, and flipping it around and making it. And I think I think the Texans are gonna pass them, and the Jaguars already have. And I think there's a good chance that the Chargers do too, because the Chargers have it easier going.
I disagree with the Chargers having it easier going. I think the Chargers actually have a harder schedule than the Colts.
Who do they got?
They have the Eagles next week, then the Chiefs, Cowboys, Texans, and Broncos.
Okay.
I know the Chiefs are not having a good season, but this is still Patrick Mahomes'
That's very
team.
true. I will say, I did my pick'ems already this week. I have the Chargers beating the Eagles.
Hard disagree.
Hard disagree.
Hard disagree.
All right, we'll see about that. Yeah, no, I do think that is very true. They have there's no denying that they have a very hard schedule. But the Chargers are starting to get a little bit healthier here on the defensive side of the ball, and they're going to get Hampton back, and their O-line a little bit is going to get healthier. I think I trust Herbert a little bit more. Is just ultimately where I'm sitting with that.
Fair enough. The one thing I will say is they have a difficult game Week 18 against the Broncos, but if at all the Broncos are resting starters, like they're not vying for that one seed or something like that, they could get it an easy win.
And the Colts don't have that luxury because they're going to be playing the Texans Week 18, and
there's no way
that's going to be like a playoff deciding game. I can't wait for that.
That's good. Yeah.
Like
these final few weeks of football are going to be insane. They really
All right. Well, answer to that question. Ronnie thinks they could, but they won't. I think they could, and they will. So, a little bit on the opposite side of that. Let's move on to our favorite time of the episode. What time is it, Ronnie?
It's trivia time.
It is trivia time, and today we are playing a new game that we have not debuted yet on this channel. It is the Tower of Football. Basically, Ronnie and I each have a category of football player. It can be super broad, like it may be like white quarterbacks, or it may be players to make all-pro teams or something like that. And we don't know what each other's category is, but we're trying to take players from that category. First person to quote-unquote take 4 players wins. So basically, Ronnie, if you have short quarterbacks, like quarterbacks under 6 foot, if I say like, hey, can I get Josh Allen, you would say no.
Yeah.
But if I said, hey, can I get Kyler Murray, you would say yes. Yeah. And I need 4 of those to win.
All right.
Good?
I think they understand. Who wants to go first?
I'll let you go first, and we'll do a... We're just going to do... Yeah, you got it. I have that advantage in trivia, so I'll let you go first.
Okay.
And just the best of one, by the way. We only brought one category each.
My first guy I'm going to go with is Patrick Mahomes. Is he on the list?
You cannot have Patrick Mahomes.
No Patrick Mahomes.
Can I have Justin Jefferson?
No Justin Jefferson for you.
No Justin Jefferson.
Can I have Christian McCaffrey?
You cannot have Christian McCaffrey.
Damn it.
Can I have Jared Goff?
Yes. Jared Goff is on.
I can have Jared Goff.
Yes, you can have Jared Goff. Can I have Jared Goff?
You cannot have Jared Goff.
Okay. Just to get this out of the way, we're doing active players, right? Or is it just anything? Okay, active players. Perfect.
Yes. Can I have Josh Allen?
You cannot have Josh Allen.
Okay.
Can I have Jamar Chase?
You cannot have Jamar Chase.
Damn it. You thought about it, though.
Can I have Jordan Love?
No Jordan Love.
Interesting.
Can I have Jonathan Taylor?
You can have Jonathan Taylor.
I can or can't?
You cannot. Sorry, you cannot.
Damn it.
I hope I didn't make this too narrow for you.
Me too.
I don't think I did.
Mm,
All right. Can I have Huh. Can I have Aaron Rodgers?
no, you cannot have Aaron Rodgers.
All right.
Can I have Jackson Smith and Jigba?
You cannot have Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Oh my God, I got nobody.
Can I have Can I have Brock Purdy?
Yes, you can have Brock Purdy.
Oh, what
my
the heck
God.
is the similarity between Brock Purdy and Jared Goff?
Oh my God.
All right.
Can I have Myles Garrett?
You cannot have Myles Garrett.
Not.
No, you cannot. I'll give you a hint. It's on the offense side of the ball.
Okay. God damn.
And I'll also let me give you another hint because I feel like I don't know. I have no clue what yours is, but it's it's wide receivers.
Whoa, that's
It's something
huge
about wide
fucking
receivers.
hint. Holy shit.
It's just like, yeah, it's something about wide receivers. I'm trying to catch you back up.
Okay. I don't know.
Brock
if you...
Purdy and Jared Goff.
Oh God. Oh my God.
Can I have Matthew Stafford?
No, you cannot have Matthew Stafford.
Interesting.
Holy shit. Can I have Puka Nacua?
No, you cannot. Can I have Jared Goff and Brock Purdy?
What? What is the similarities?
Can I have Sam Darnold?
No, you cannot have Sam Darnold.
Okay, I keep guessing white quarterbacks. I don't think it has anything to do with it. All right.
Can I have DK Metcalf?
No, I don't believe so.
God damn. God
You
freaking
cannot.
damn. Okay, no DK.
Hold on, let me. Can I have? Huh. Can I have Tyler Shuck?
No, you cannot have Tyler Shuck.
Huh.
Can I have George Pickens?
No, you can have George Pickens.
Oh my good golly.
Okay. Jared Goff, Brock Purdy. It has nothing to do with age. It has nothing to do with. I don't think it has anything to do with stats this year. I don't think it has anything to do with. Could it have anything to do with team? Like, Goff played for the. No, I don't think so. Can I have Patrick Mahomes?
No, you cannot have Patrick Mahomes.
Damn, I thought it was like quarterbacks playing the Super Bowl or something.
Can I have Chris Olave? No. What the hell? I have 0 on the board right now. Okay.
I think once it clicks, hopefully.
Okay. Same with mine. I hope.
Okay.
But I hope I think.
Well, I've just happened to guess 2 of these guys.
Yeah.
Can I have Tua?
No Tua. Can I have Jalen Waddle? Jesus fuck.
No.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I'm just going to take a guess out of the ballpark. Can I have... Can I have like a... No, I don't think... Can I have Amon-Ra St. Brown?
No, you cannot have Amon-Ra St. Brown.
I think that was a waste of a guess.
Can I have AJ Brown? Oh my God. What the hell? Okay.
Can I have Marcus Mariota?
No.
Mariota,
No.
as Chris Collinsworth says.
No, you can have Marcus Mariota. Can I have Alec Pierce?
Wait, you said no? I can't?
No. Can I have
Okay.
Alec Pierce?
You cannot have Alec Pierce.
No, Alec Pierce.
Man, what is the similarity between Jared Goff and Brock Purdy? No,
What
it
is
can't be
it?
that. Man,
What is it?
can I have Jackson Dart?
No. No Jackson Dart. Can I have Ted McMillan?
No.
Jeez.
Man, what is going on? Can I have Jameis?
No Jameis Winston. Can I have Quentin Johnston?
You can have Quentin Johnston.
Holy what is this?
I don't think it. Like, off the top of my head, it wasn't, like, too narrow, but maybe now I'm hearing all these guesses. It's like, damn. All right. I think once you hear it, you're going to be like, that wasn't crazy narrow. It's just, like, getting that first one is tough.
I see.
That's why I tried to narrow it down for you. Can I have Sam? Oh wait, I already guessed Sam Darnold. Can I have Kyler Murray?
No Kyler Murray. Can I have Marvin
I'm about to
Harrison?
name every quarterback.
Can I
Sorry,
have
go ahead.
Marvin Harrison Jr.?
You cannot.
Jeez Louise.
Can I have Bryce Young?
No Bryce Young.
Bro, what?
Can I have T. Higgins?
Nah. Can I have? Dude, I have genuinely. Can I have like a? I don't know any quarterbacks that finished. Can I have Devontae Adams?
No, you can't have Devontae Adams. Stick with the quarterbacks. Can I have?
Okay.
Can I have Khalil Shakir?
I don't think so.
Oh my god. Oh my god. We're gonna be here for 4
Yeah.
hours. What the?
All right, we gotta hurry this up. Can I have Dak Prescott?
No Dak Prescott. Can I have Romeo Dobbs?
You can have Romeo Dobbs. Can I have Jalen Hurts?
No, you can't have Jalen Hurts. Can I have Debo Samuel?
Oh wait, I have to check. Very close, but you cannot have Debo Samuel.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's your best guess. I'll say that.
Okay.
Can I have Jaden Daniels?
No. Can I have
Dude,
Can I have Adam Thielen? Did I already guess him? No, I didn't.
you can have Adam Thielen.
I can or can't?
You can have Adam Thielen.
Okay, I'm starting to think old people now, like above a certain age.
Where are you at with Jared Goff and Brock Purdy? I am genuinely.
I think once you get the third one,
Clueless.
you can connect the dots a little more.
Can I have Caleb Williams?
No, you can't have Caleb Williams. Can I have Devontae Adams?
You can have Devontae Adams.
Oh gosh.
See, once you got one, it's like it clicks. Damn it! Come on, what am I doing? Okay. Jared, they're both white. That's the only comparison I can make between Jared Goff and Brock Purdy.
Honestly, if you stay on that track, you might be able to knock the third one down. Fourth one's gonna be tricky though.
Can I have Mason Rudolph?
No. Can I have Keenan Allen?
Yeah.
All right.
This is GG's. This is GG's. Can I have I don't know. Kirk Cousins.
No, I'm gonna let you go until you get the third one.
That's so messed up.
And I'll give you a final guess.
Can I have Daniel Jones?
No, I feel like you're missing an obvious one. Come on, think.
Justin Herbert?
No,
Lamar Jackson?
no.
Are we talking about Drake May?
No. Come on. Former White Boy of the Year.
Joe Burrow?
Joe Burrow. He's my number 3. What do they have in common?
What? They're white.
Can I get DeAndre Hopkins?
Yes, you can get DeAndre Hopkins. You win. My category was wide receivers age 30 or above.
You needed to
See, so
I needed
it's hard
you
to
get
get
Joe
the
Burrow
first
early.
one, but it's really easy once you get one.
Yeah. So Brock Purdy, Joe Burrow, Jared Goff. What do they have in common, Jake? Did
Did they all get like beat by Mahomes in the playoffs? No, because Goff never would have.
No, they're all active QBs who've lost in the Super Bowl and haven't won a ring. Super Bowl losing QBs.
I was on it. Oh.
Purdy, Burrow, Goff. I want you to get those three early and think about the fourth. The fourth one would have been Jimmy G.
That's good. That's good. Damn. No, that was good. I was on it. I was like just off it. I was like, oh, does quarterbacks who have played in the Super Bowl? But it was like, no, specifically losing. That's good. That was a good category. All right. Well, Ronnie, you're back up you're catching back up in the trivia standings. It's 5-4 now.
Yeah, 4-5.
My 3-point lead is deteriorated to 1.
Let's get this done. We're coming back.
Alrighty, well, let's move on because that took a minute. I have a surprise question for you, and my category was just on wide receivers, and we're gonna stick on that category.
Okay.
These last 5 weeks are gonna make and break some seasons for player accolades, and for a wide receiver, Ronnie, what would you say is like the benchmark for like having a good season, stat wise?
I'm not sure. I think at least 1,000 yards. It would be
1,000 yards, right? Like
season,
that's the typical like, oh, this wide receiver had 1,000-yard season. So, I have 10 receivers that are on track for just around the 1,000-yard mark, and you're gonna tell me if you think they're gonna hit it or not.
Okay.
Just for reference, having 705 yards right now is on track for exactly 1,000.
Okay.
So if you want an exactly 1,000-yard season, you want 705 yards right now. And I'll tell you each receiver, and I'll tell you the yards that they're at right now.
Okay.
So it's just a simple, yes, they're going to hit 1,000. No, they're going to come short.
Okay.
Number 1, Cortland Sutton. Do you think Sutton gets it done with Bo Nix? He is at 711 yards right now.
No.
So 6 above pace. No?
No.
All right. Sutton is a no. Next up, A.J. Brown is currently at 699. He is just under pace. Do you think him and Jalen Hurts get it done after he's been targeted more these past few weeks?
I was going to say, yeah, you know what? Maybe yes, because he has been getting crazy huge target share these last few weeks.
Yeah. I feel like the Eagles are starting to be like, yeah, this is how we need to win games with A.J. Brown.
Yeah, we're going to start feeding him
I
the
agree
ball.
on that one. Next one, another guy that kind of started off slow yardage-wise early in the season, but he's had a lot of touchdowns recently. Devontae Adams is at 689. He's on pace to be just under. Do you think him and Stafford get it done?
I'm going to go no.
No? I feel
think
like the
he's-
yards go to Puka, the touchdowns
Yes.
go to Devontae.
And
Yeah?
since he's so old, maybe this is just a hunch. He might try and, especially if the Rams kind of are about to clinch the playoffs, conserve himself for the playoffs.
Yeah.
Not play as huge a role, but we'll see.
All right, wide receiver number 4 is a guy that's gone cold a little bit more recently. But Zay Flowers is at 767 receiving yards, so he's beating the pace. But do you think he's going to finish out the season?
Oh, yeah. I think he will.
You think he gets there?
Yeah.
I mean, he has 5 games left, needs, 230 yards over the last 5 games?
Very
All right.
doable.
Next up, Ladd McConkey is short of pace at 683 yards right now. Do you think him and Herbert get it done after his cold start to the season?
I'm going to go no.
No?
Yeah.
All right. Next up, a guy that started off really hot, one of top 5 receiving yards wise, but the last, I think, 7 weeks, he's only had 1 good game. Do you think Emeka Egbuka, at 791 yards right now, finishes out these last 5 games with the 209 yards he needs to hit 1,000?
Yeah, I think he will. I mean, injuries. He's got plagued by injuries, and he's still on pace. So, yeah.
All right. Next up, Stephon Diggs is exactly on pace for 1,000. He's at 705, which is the bar. Do you think he
Ooh.
makes it?
I'm going to go no. Just because
All right.
Patriots may be resting starters towards the end of the season.
All right. I like that thought process. Next guy is a guy that's been very hot recently. Alec Pierce is at 689. He's creeping up towards that 1,000-yard pace. Do you think he makes
Wow.
it?
I'm going to go no. They just have too many weapons. Like, not like,
All right.
crazy people, but like Tyler Warren and Michael Pittman.
This might be the first one I actually disagree with you on. I think he gets it just because he's that deep threat. But next up, a guy that's gone cold recently. I'm kind of alternating between hot and cold. But a guy that's gone cold recently, Rome Odunze, is at 661.
Wow. I'm gonna go no. Maybe just shy.
All right. Last receiver of the day. He's had a quarterback change this season. Chris Olave is now thrown with Tyler Shuck. He's at 781, so he's on pace. But do you think he gets it?
For the sake of my fantasy team, yeah.
Yeah, and Noah Rashid Shaheed either.
Yeah, so
Helps out a little bit.
He's that dominant weapon.
All right, well, that was my surprise question for you. That was your predictions on who's going to hit 1,000 and who's going to come up short. Alrighty, let's move on to question number 8, one of our recurring questions on this podcast. Who is going in the weekly doghouse? The weekly doghouse is just a segment where we put players in the doghouse if they, or maybe even coaches, if they did something wrong or something we didn't like or something they deserve to be punished for.
Yeah.
And every week we also go through the guys that were already in the doghouse and see if they have redeemed themselves and are going to be released. So let's start out with that. Currently in the doghouse is all guys that we had from last week. 3 players. Usually we only bring one. We brought a third along. But the first one was Ronnie. You had Jerry Jeudy.
Yes.
And why was that?
Because he did a little skip and a hop and he fumbled the ball.
He did. Jerry Jeudy this week, I don't think he had a catch. And I think he had a drop or 2. He might have had like 1 catch.
But the Browns are so terrible that, like, are we really going to keep Jerry Jeudy in the doghouse because of one, mistake he made last game?
I will say, though, that's a vet wide receiver. If he's a young wide receiver, it's a little bit more passable. He's a vet.
I was actually going to say that. I'd actually argue with the same logic. That's why we should release him. He's a vet. Anybody can make a mistake. Maybe if he's a younger guy, like, oh, you got to think about your actions. But at this point in his career, he knows what he did is wrong. And, he's taking accountability in my hypothetical scenario in my head. So I think I'm willing to release him.
I'm okay with it. I'm not like, I was just bringing up a point. But yeah, Jerry Jeudy, you're released. Next up is my nominee from last week, Kevin Patullo, the Eagles offensive coordinator, and he is not being released because they just put up 15 to the Bears. I'm not releasing him.
Did Jamar Chase ever get released from the doghouse? Is he still in?
Oh, you're right. I missed him. Jamar Chase never got released for spitting on Jalen Ramsey. Are we keeping Jamar Chase?
Before talking about Jamar Chase, I'm with you on Kevin Patullo. He can stay in the doghouse.
Okay.
I say we release Jamar Chase. Even though his actions are undefendable, and he should be banned from the league for life. The Bengals did beat the Ravens, which helps out the Steelers in terms of the division.
All right. I'm okay with releasing him. I think 2 weeks was long enough. And then the last guy, a guy that was suspended for this week, Mr. Sucker Punch, Trevon Murrig, safety for the Panthers, who sucker punched Juwan Jennings in the no-nos.
Apparently, Jennings deserved it. Apparently, word on the street, Jennings was running his mouth.
Yeah, this week against the Browns, too.
Yeah, so I think maybe the nut punch was perhaps even warranted.
Here's the problem with this. What do you think is worse, spitting on someone or punching them in the balls?
Spitting on someone.
Because we put Jamar.
Spitting on someone is so degrading.
You think that's worse?
Yeah, spitting on someone is. I might be in the minority here, but violence is so easy. It's easy to punch somebody in the balls, but to spit on them, that takes like something wrong with your brain. Like you're not all good up there.
The only reason I'm gonna agree with you on releasing him is because the Panthers ended up upsetting the Rams, so they didn't even really need Murray anyways. So that's fine. We'll release him.
Okay.
So that means the only guy remaining in the doghouse is Kevin Patullo, but now we have our new entries. So who do you have to put in the doghouse this week, Ronnie?
I have Younghoe Koo, kicker for the Giants. How could you possibly not even miss a kick? You just trip and fall. This is you don't even get to the ball. You stub your toe into the grass. It is horrible. An
I
NFL
have
player should not be doing that.
to come to his defense a little bit. I can't lie.
Okay, what's the defense?
There is no situation where you should be blaming your teammates to start. I will say that that's inexcusable, and maybe that cancels out his reasoning. But his reasoning, and it makes sense on the replay review, is that the holder fumbled the ball, and he tried to stop. So, like, cause if you're watching, he kicked the ground, right? Like, he came up and he kicked the ground early before getting like through to the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And it does make sense because the bottom of the ball fell out, and the kicker had to bring it back up mid like swing for coup.
But here's what I'll say. I'm sure that's the case. I didn't get to see I didn't get to study the replay. But is it even a smarter decision to just not kick at all and force your holder
Another
to
thing
just,
is that
to just run around? Like I'd at least
you
try and
should probably just kick it.
Try and kick it anyways, even if I can see that's probably not going to go in because the holder fumbled it. So,
and I also didn't like that he blamed the holder.
Yeah.
So I think that kind of cancels it out. But I will defend him. Like, it was weird. But yes, I don't disagree that he should he should go in the doghouse. All right.
Okay.
Koo is in with Patullo. My guy, I tend to put in like some good players because I'm gonna do that again. I'm putting in Lamar Jackson.
Whoa, Lamar,
like this is on you. This is on you. Like, you have such a wide open division right now with the Steelers kind of crumbling. You can't be playing this bad.
Yeah.
Over the last 2 weeks, he's a combined, I think it's 30 for 55 passing, so not great. Somewhere in the 50s completion percentage wise. He has a total of 396 yards passing over 2 weeks, so less than 200 a game. He's averaging like in the low sevens of passing yards per attempt. He doesn't have a single passing touchdown the last 2 weeks. He has an interception and he has 2 fumbles lost in the past 2 weeks. So 0 touchdowns to 3 turnovers. And then carrying wise, he's at 13 rushes for 38 yards. It's just unacceptable numbers to put up from like your MVP caliber quarterback, and then like this is the guy that's supposed to be taking you to the playoffs, and he's not playing well right now.
Yeah.
And I think he deserves at least 1 week in the doghouse to think about what he's done.
Especially since you're right. I mean, this is the year where they should be easily winning the division, and somehow they're not.
Yep.
Steelers magic.
I agree. Steelers magic.
All right.
All right.
Let's move on.
Question number 9. We had this conversation earlier in the podcast about like, oh, the Panthers upset the Rams. They were the number 1 team in football most likely. Does that change anything? So who is the best team in the league now? Is it the Rams still? Is it the Patriots now? Is it the Broncos now? Is it the Bears now? What do you think?
I have 4 teams on this list. 2 of them are pretty kind of cut and dry. Patriots and Broncos. I mean, I think they're the 2 best teams in the league. 2 best teams in the AFC. I think this race for the number 1 seed is going to be incredible. These are both teams where on the surface, doesn't seem like anything's too flashy. Like maybe the Broncos defense, or you got Drake May, but besides that, like for both of these teams, it's really just it's come down to how they're being coached and how they're approaching these games.
Yeah.
And I think these are just 2 super solid units that can go pretty far.
Yeah. I disagree. I still think it's the Rams.
Rams were my number 3, though.
And they're your number 3, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's crazy to say at all. Like, there's certainly reasoning for that. My reasoning for the Rams still being number 1 is just I view them as the most consistent, reliable team still. And for me, I think it's a little bit of projection. Like, and also, like, if I think these teams went head-to-head, who do I think would win? And I think it's the Rams. Another thing is the Rams, to me, have the least amount of question marks. Like, I don't see question marks really with their defense because I think the front 7 covers up most of those holes. And then I think on the offense side of the ball, again, you have McVay, Stafford. Like, this game, three turnovers from Stafford in 1 game is super fluky.
Yeah, and
then obviously you have the weapons.
Yeah, basically took a miracle for the Panthers to even beat the Rams, because even after those 2 turnovers. Rams were in field goal range, positioned to win the game.
And then just like with the question marks thing, with all the other teams like the Bears, Seahawks, Eagles, I think they've shown enough question marks for like I don't need to explain all that. But as far as the Patriots and Broncos go, like you said, my thing with the Patriots is I have very big strength of schedule concerns, and that's not their fault. They were blessed with an easy schedule. I can't like dock them for that, but I can like bring up the fact that like on this 11-game win streak, outside of the divisional game against the Bills, their best win is against a very beat up Buccaneers team. All the other wins are pretty like light teams, and obviously, that's what a good team does is you beat the bad teams. But for you to be number one, like I also want to see you beat some of the good teams.
Yeah.
And then the Broncos, just offensive consistency concerns. They play down to teams a lot. Like over this past 7 weeks, they've played like 4 really bad teams. I don't remember all the teams off the top of my head. I think it was the Raiders, Jets, Giants, and Commanders. All those games, they've won by 3 or less. And I think I'd like to see you handle some of these bad teams better. They play to their competition, and maybe that's good because they play up to it too, kind of like the Steelers.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when it comes playoff time, being in 1-score games, like there's things out of your control that can lose you a game because it's a 1-score game, and if you're missing opportunities and letting it be a 1-score game, then that's your fault.
Yeah, I will say.
Also, I think that Riley Moss got exposed this week, and he's been exposed all season. But good teams can exploit that even more than the Commanders did this week.
Yeah, I agree. Although I think that's going to be a big focus for the Broncos moving forward. The one thing I'll say is, I mean, this is kind of a situation with the Chiefs last year, kind of winning all these, 1-score games through Devil Magic. And, I mean, they made it as far as the Super Bowl. So I still think the Broncos can make it far. But I don't disagree. I think you can't really pinpoint a best team in the league by a wide margin.
I agree. I do think this is, like, since I've been, like, really, like, looking into football like this over the past, 5 years for me, I think this is the first time that I don't actually know who the best team is in the league this late into the season.
Yeah, this is going to be a very fun final stretch, but I think we should move on.
Yeah. Let's move on to the second recurring segment on this show, and this is the last question of the day, the clutch call. And today we've done so much like analyzing and determining who's good and what. Let's get a little bit more fun. Today, Ronnie and I are blind ranking 5 logos, and the clutch call, we have to come to an agreement on the outcome. So we are together on the same team blind ranking these 5 logos, and it's just primary logo for the team, and that's it. It's kind of simple.
All right, let's do it. Let's get it going.
All right, let's do it. All right, I have the wheel here on my phone, and yeah, let's do it. First team we are blind ranking is the Bears.
Ooh, okay, well, here's the question. Are we doing the C logo or the bear?
I don't think they use the C logo anymore. I think their primary is the bear. And I love the bear.
I do love the bear.
It's so cool.
It's definitely a top logo in the league. But is it worth going number 1 right away? I'm not sure.
Just off the top of my head, I'm trying to think of like other logos that I like better. And I don't think there's like more than like that might be my favorite logo in the league. I can't lie. What do you think?
There's a few logos I think I'd take over it, but since the wheel is, who knows what we're gonna get on the wheel. I'm fine with putting it at number 1.
All right, starting off hot then. The Bears at number 1. Let's see who we've got for spin number 2. It is the Jets, who kind of have that lame logo now. They took out like the green background, and it's just the Jets writing in white, and it's like the strip. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I don't like it at all. It's one of my least favorite.
I'm perfectly okay with putting it at 5. I've never been a fan of the Jets logo either.
Yeah. There's like 1, maybe 2 logos I'd put below it. And that's it. All right, next one is the Cowboys. So pretty simple, just the star. I mean, it is iconic.
Super iconic. Probably the most iconic logo in the NFL, honestly. Just because of how simple it is. America's team and whatnot. But come on, it's not original. It's not original at all.
Yeah, it's just a star, dude. I feel like it's a good 3.
I was gonna say I'm willing to put it at 3.
Yeah, I like that. All right, next one. We are doing the Patriots.
Ooh.
My thing is like when like if you ask a non like sports fan, like if you show them the Patriots logo and you're like, who is this? Do you really say Patriot?
It's
like that. Like, do you really look at that and be like, "Yep, that's a Patriot," which I guess is hard to like guess.
Yeah. Although I will say, I mean that is what kind of makes it unique. You kind of like what even am I looking at right now? But I don't know. I don't know if the face, like the gray face, I've never been the biggest fan of.
I don't love it. I think I like this at 4.
Yeah, I like it at 4 as well. All right, what's your number 2?
All right, number 2 will be the Vikings, which I actually think is a perfect spot.
I think it's a good number 2.
All right. Well, the blind ranking went 1 Bears logo, 2 the Vikings logo, 3 Cowboys logo, 4 Patriots logo, 5 Jets logo. How do you think that shaped out?
I think it's good. Although I'm a little lower on the Vikings logo than I think you are.
I could see them under the Cowboys logo, but if I had to make my ranking, I think I would probably put Vikings above.
I think if I had to redo it, I may give the edge to the Cowboys logo. But besides that, I think it's perfect.
All right. Well, there's our clutch call. There's the blind ranking, and that is all the sports questions we have for you guys today.
We're all done.
That's the 10 questions. Let's get off topic. And Ronnie, you and I were having this, or we were having this conversation yesterday. But my sister put me on a game that brought me back to my childhood the other day. It's called Rider. I grinded this thing out in middle school, and I saw her playing it, and it has gotten me addicted. It's like one of those catch-up games, do you know, like with the big red screen. Here's the like it's this thing where you like just hold and like the bike goes.
Yes, I remember. I remember seeing people playing that game. Yeah.
And I've been grinding that out, and it just made me feel very nostalgic. And you know, it's holiday season too. And I just wanted to talk about what were some of our favorite childhood activities, because this was mine. This was mine.
In the vein of mobile games, I was always a Temple Run. I think Temple Run was my first like mobile game that I really played my heart out to. Angry Birds.
Were you ever a big Clash Royale?
A little bit. Like never like super huge into it, but I played from time to time.
Okay, I really got into Clash. I know that.
I know it. It's a very easy game to just sink into.
Gotcha.
Besides that, I mean,
what else you?
Speaking of the games, I was always on Scratch, like the website Scratch, where you can like make little games with the blocks and stuff. I loved doing that as a kid.
What is that?
It's like a
Scratch or Scratched? Scratch.
It's like coding for kids. So it's like it's like little blocks, and you can make like little games with it. So I have a whole collection of games I made on Scratch.
Wait, that's crazy. I've never seen this before.
No, yeah, it's pretty cool.
Damn. All right, that's cool. I don't know. For me, outside of that, like, I don't know. You know, like I'm a very big numbers guy, and like, I'm kind of big. I kind of got OCD, and like when I was little, I would sit in my room and like organize Hot Wheels by different. Like different.
That's cool.
like character traits, and like I would do that with baseball cards too. Like I would look at the stats on the back of the baseball cards and like determine this guy is a power guy, this guy's a contact guy, this pitcher is a starter, this guy's a reliever, and I'd lay them all out on my floor.
That's cool.
My whole floor would be covered.
That's really cool.
That was kind of my niche thing.
I mean, I have my old YouTube channel, Little Ron Gaming. I make a bunch of little videos on that.
I've seen a couple of Little Ron Gaming videos. I love that.
Besides that, I don't know. I just had a wild imagination as a kid, I think.
Yeah. I think I miss like just like playing outside, like wiffle ball and football.
Yes.
You know what I miss? I miss the whistle football that I used to have. You remember the whistle footballs?
Like the kind of like the
It's
Nerfy
like the
ones?
little one with like a stem, and you threw it and it had like it whistled because it had like the whistles in it.
Like the kind of like dart footballs? I think I remember.
Yes, it was like a whistle dart football. It was amazing.
That reminds me, as a kid, I'd always like play pretend games, of baseball, just by myself. Like I throw the ball and I determine in my head whether they hit it or whether I struck them out or not. Same with football.
That's fire.
Like I throw the football in the backyard, and my parents can attest. I kind of destroyed a few lights and chipped the walls and stuff. But it was fun. I still have the urge to do it.
Fire.
I have to stop myself from throwing the football in the backyard.
Oh yeah, I see.
Yeah.
You know, we need to go out there and play some football. I need to get out there.
Yes, it's fun.
All right. Well, anything else before we get out of here, Ronnie?
I think that's it.
All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe down below. It is completely free, and make sure to turn on notifications so you get notified for future episodes. Also, make sure to like the video. Please leave questions in the comments if you want to see us answer those on the podcast. We are dying to see some questions for you guys. Follow us on social media, which will be linked in the description, and we will see you guys on next week's edition of Clutch 10.